little Shane O'Mac there for you wrestling fans. Yeah, that's right. As you can see, got some new merch. We'll go over all that, but we got a special announcement. Cody wants to go over about our lucky contestant that got on the football pool with a chance to win, possibly $10,000. So,
yeah, one of our followers on Instagram, huge supporter of the show, Mr. Ethan. He is a former client of mine. Him and his family still come to see me. Because he supported the show, he's been sharing it on his own personal profile and sharing the show and liking and making sure he likes our YouTube page and subscribes to our YouTube page. He was entered in a hat with a bunch of other people who also support the show that is now he got accepted and got pulled out where he is now on our Super Bowl squares. So for the future, when we do have a pool, we want to let you know that if you support and you share and you follow us on Instagram and share it to your friends and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the video, we will put your name in a drawing for the upcoming pool, which will be our next pool will be for the March Madness tournament.
Yep, that's right. We're going to do 2 pools for that one, so we're going to have 2 winners for that. So real simple. YouTube, become a follower, or Instagram, share. Either one of those 2 or both, that will get your name in a hat. And, like I said, these are $100 a piece, so there's $10,000 in prize money. Another thing, as you can see, we did get a new logo, and it was all thanks to one of our clients here, Print Life Apparel. They can, you just shoot them an image. He can do some AI. You can tell that the logo is very similar to the one that Cody created. He just put a little bit of extra on it. And so you can do that too. Another thing that he specializes in is he'll create your own store, which is what he's going to do with us. So if you like the hoodie or the shirt, we're going to have hats and everything on the store. You're going to be able to go to that store, find your size and everything, and check out right there. And it can get shipped to your house, or you can pick it up here at the barbershop. So show some love to our buddy Joe over there at Print Life. And as always, a supporter of the show is a Brunswick Supply House on Oak Island. So make sure you show them some love. Going to jump right into it. We're going to have 2 segments today. One, we're going to call Cody's Keys to the Game. Obviously, we got one big game here, and Cody is really good at breaking things down. And so listen to what Cody has to say here, and I'll contribute as well. And you'll be able to use that analysis for the game this weekend. And then at the end, we'll make our picks, and we'll go over a couple little fun prop bets. So right now, where do you want to start, Cody? What do you think? What do you think is – I mean, let's not go too boring with it's going to be one in the trenches or whatever, but what's going to shine through here?
Oh, well, first off, we'll start off key number 1, in my opinion, is your difference makers where, you guys, your JSN, your Cooper Kupp, your Shaheed Rashid Shaheed. Let me say that again.
Say that 3 times.
And then on the Patriots side, you got guys like Keyshawn Boutte, Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry, Demario Douglas. And so you guys are going to have to step up. This is, of course, the biggest game of the year. This is what you've been dreaming of as a little kid. Who's going to be able to make separation? And I'm going to break that down just in a little bit of who's going to be able to make that big play. Who's going to be able to make that separation, make that big play where, it might just be a 5-yard pass from Sam Darnold, or it might be just a 7-yard pass from Drake May. Who's going to be able to extend that play and take it to a 30-yard touchdown or a 40-yard touchdown? Those guys are going to have to be explosive, and both defenses are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have to separate in tight coverages and be able to pick up where you need to be at. Are you playing man? Hey, I need to beat this guy off this 5-yard route. Or if this guy's playing zone, I need to know where he's going to be at in this zone so I can come over, above him or undercut him so I'm not going to be right in his zone. I can meet it either before the pass or after the pass. So
So you think you're going to have to? You're not going to be able to just run the ball. It's the quarterbacks are
No.
going to have to take the game into their.
this is not your Kenneth Walker 150 yards rushing. This is not a Ramondre Stevenson 150-yard rushing or Travion Henderson. This is where the quarterbacks are going to have to step up. I think both of the Patriots D-line and the Seattle Seahawks D-line are elite. And both teams are sending for and be able to get home
And get
before.
lots of pressure, yeah.
And so that's where my key number one is who's going to be able to separate, and no matter what coverage, zone or man. Point number two in my key factors is what Wes just brought up is quarterback play. I know it sounds very cheesy when we say that, but you have to be able to recognize what is going on, and I'm gonna break that down a little later. You gotta be able to dissect either zone, man, what they're is there going to be a late blitz by a safety, or what are the linebackers going to be doing? Are the linebackers coming up to the line of scrimmage and bailing out? And so that quarterback, Sam Darnold, Drake May, they're going to have to not only help out the offensive line with pass protection, but also help out with the wide receivers of, trying to trick the safeties up top. And so it's going to come down to, who's playing, who's going to be doing best, because we saw Sam Darnold against the Rams play just phenomenal. I mean,
It might be easier for you to show them there, Cody.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it. And so, let me see. 1 second. Let's get into it. Let's see if it's loading. What the pound? 31, 92. Perfect. Should be loading. Let's see.
It's coming. Is it showing? It's mirroring.
Let's see. Oh, Shop TV. About to pull it up. Right here. Perfect. So, we see in this video.
You can let me know when you're ready.
So, if you want to pull that up. Perfect. All right. So, if we see in this video, Seattle, and this is the NFC Championship game, the last game the Seattle Seahawks played. These guys are all playing man. He's playing man down here. Man. This guy's playing over Puka. This safety, knowing Puka how much of a big star he is, he's going to be rolling over. Now you got your defensive end, D-tackle, D-end right here. These guys are all coming up and pass. This linebacker, he's just going to drop back in what we call like a spy and like a cover one type technique, where he's just going to stay in this one little zone right here. And then you got 42 over 22 right here. This safety over here, he's got this side over here. He's got this coverage over here in case this guy gets beat.
A lot on him.
So go ahead and start playing it, Wes. Let's see. Oh, you're good. Right here. Hopefully we don't get an ad.
Yeah.
All right. Back it up just a little bit, Wes. Let's see. Wherever that goes. Okay, just let that go, because this was right here was a play before. Also, a tight end.
Yeah.
This was also man coverage where a tight end went over and Lillard wins. That's a bad dude right there. I think they might run it right here. Just let it play out. Run play. Again, back to our point, the run game's gonna be shut down. All right, now this is gonna be the next play that I was just breaking down, where Devontae Adams is going to make a big play right here. We're just going to let it play out.
And he's just showing you everything. And by the way, I don't know if you can tell on TV, he's a huge human being. He's 6'7".
This is Kobe Parkinson. Also, another guy that New England has is guy Hunter Henry, who's been playing phenomenally lately. And that is also a go-to guy for Drake May.
He gets out there and pass routes.
Okay, he got 8 touchdowns this year. Good Lord.
I think he had it.
All right, this is what I just talking about. We're just running man right here. It's too high, but he's going to come down and cover. Boom, right here. The safety got disguised. And so we're about to break it down right here again. The safety was Matthew Stafford was overlooking this way. Guys like
he's too late.
That's right, he's too late over. Guys like Stephon Diggs, he can beat that guy right here. Matthew Stafford's making him look over. It's one-on-one coverage easily right there. Guys like Stephon Diggs can beat that guy like Josh Jobe in tight press coverage like that.
Yeah, hopefully, big difference between – well, not big difference between Drake May and Stafford, but hopefully Drake May will be able to use his eyes that way as well.
Talking about Drake May, we're going to see a Houston Texans defense just in the same thing. We got man right here. We got too high right here. We got man. Wes, if you want to start, and they're sending a little bit of pressure. You're going to see this slot cornerback. He's going to fake like he goes to blitz, but he's going to pick up Ramondre Stevenson in flats. So these guys are all staying man, but these guys, remember, these guys are unpressed. Okay, remember Josh Jobe was pressed up on Devontae Adams up here, but these guys are back. So even with, go ahead and start playing it. Let's see. It should pick it up.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
Let's see what happens. Let's see. Now I don't want to worry.
Gotta figure it out.
Yeah, but in that play right here, while I was just breaking it down, was you got still the same man coverage, and then right off the plate, Demario Douglas makes a quick slant route and beats his man right off the ball. The guy doesn't make the tackle, and then boom, Demario Douglas takes it straight to the house because those safeties are too far over trying to play over the guys, over the wide receivers, which may, kind of looks to the right. Toward Ramondre Stevenson, boom, hits back to Mario Davis over the middle, and then took it to the house for a touchdown. So just things like that where it's more of the quarterback, when he takes back, everybody knows that maybe a guy like Stephon Diggs or Kayshon Boutte is going to look over here. Hey, let me look over here. I know I can get one-on-one press cover here. Boom, disguise. So making sure, tricking these safeties, hey, if I see too high and one's starting to come down a little bit, I know maybe one's going to step in the middle. And so you got that. You just got to overlook these guys and just disguise your eyes because they're going to be looking your eyes the whole time.
Yeah, the defense is going to be trying to disguise a bunch of stuff too. So that's definitely going to be into play there. So with all that being said, I'll kind of give my 2 cents on it. We love Drake May here, but I kind of think the team itself is just a little stronger over there at Seattle. Not to say that New England doesn't have a great defense, but it's not quite on pace with Seattle's yet. And Drake might have a little bit of growing to do. So in that case, the spread is 4.5 in favor of Seattle. I think Seattle will get that done. I've got a bad feeling that their defense is going to set it up and kind of make Drake May and New England sputter a little bit. I know that doesn't make everybody sound, happy because it could lead to a very, unbecoming Super Bowl, but I think it's actually going to be Seattle. I think they handle it fairly well. I don't mind laying the points. And 45.5 point over-under, that's a really tough one for me. I don't know if I would touch that, but I'm thinking 24-13. So it's right around that area. So I would probably go under if I was picking. So where are you at with it, Cody?
I think it's going to really depend on how the offensive line of the Patriots is, because if Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence are able just to tee off on Drake May, and you see kind of what last year kind of happened between the Eagles and the Chiefs, where Patrick Mahomes was on his back the whole time, and then you get in a hole where you're down by like 17 points, 21 points, and you're just in a hole that you can't get out of. If you're on your back the whole time, you're not going to win this game. Plain and simple.
He's been sacked a lot.
He's been sacked a lot in this playoff run, and one of his worst games for the offensive line was against that Houston Texans defense I was trying to show, where Will Anderson was just tearing Will Campbell.
Will Campbell, yeah,
poor
guy.
Fella. Oh my Lord, he had nightmares after that.
He might be working at Amazon.
and so you want to see, will this offensive line help? Will they be able to protect Drake May? And will the coaching staff, like a Josh McDaniels, who's been in many Super Bowls with Tom Brady, be able to almost not necessarily, game plan, but make sure you help your offensive line? I mentioned it to one of my clients this week. I would like to see the Patriots go a little bit up tempo. I know that sounds not kind of like their forte, but if we remember anything about Tom Brady back in the day with Josh McDaniel, if they were ever down by like 10 points or 14 points and they needed a score, that was the whole offense. They didn't run the ball one bit. It was a dink and dunk to Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Rob Gronkowski, and it was just a dink and dunk. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get 4 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. And let me take it where that pass rush, they're not going to get there because I'm going to get the ball out in 2 seconds.
Yep.
And so that's what I like to see from the Patriots. Let's see something different. Let's, hey, the run game's not going good. Hey, let's just rip this thing. Let's go 5 wide with our wide receivers, and let's rip it. And so that's what I want to see. I do think Seattle's defense is legit. I can see it going and getting out of hand, like Wes said. But I think that nobody is giving Drake May any credit, and I think that's crazy. That I think they're just kind of just like, well, Seattle's defense is dominant. That's it, ball game. And we're talking about a guy who is probably going to be finishing second in the MVP this year. We're just kind of just like, oh, okay, he's young. He'll get there one day, but this is not going to be that time. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's more people? Because I don't think that people are worried about Drake as much. Going by the barbershop field, I think they're worried about the offensive line, which would affect Drake. Because like you said, Patrick Mahomes, if you pressure, it doesn't matter who you are.
It don't matter who you are. Patrick Mahomes was literally on his back the whole game last Super Bowl. And so that is too. That's why I brought up that point, is that if Drake May is on his back the whole time, then this game's going to get ugly real fast, and we're all going to be going to bed at halftime. And so that's where I think where you get guys like McDaniel and Mike Vrabel, who I think that the Patriots have the better coaching staff. I know that's some people don't think that, but that's just my opinion. I think they got a better coaching staff. I think they got the more veteran coaching staff. You got to remember, these guys from Seattle, this is their first Super Bowl. And so you got to do with the whole pregame and at halftime and sitting in the locker room and getting cold, where these Patriots coaching staff knows everything about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that you're going to see a game where I think Seattle does get up by 10 points in the first half. I think we go into halftime and the Patriots are down by 10 and they get the ball after halftime and the Patriots go down, score, cut it to 3, and now we're in a dogfight. And I think my final score is New England 27, Seattle 24, and I got New England coming back and winning a Super Bowl, and Drake May getting his first Super Bowl championship.
Oh wow, yeah, I would love to see it. Definitely, Drake May currently plus 240 to win MVP. If they win, he will more than likely be the MVP there. So there you have it. You have both of our picks right there. Opposite ends of the spectrum here. He's got New England in the over. I've got Seattle in the under. So flip a coin. I don't know what to tell you. Speaking flipping a coin. One of my favorite things, and a lot of people pick mine and Cody's brains about prop bets and stuff like that. First and foremost, those two things that we gave, that's what we bet on. We bet on the spreads and we bet on the over and under more than anything. But we do like to have some fun with it. And the Super Bowl is like the best when it comes to prop bets. There's all kinds of fun stuff out there.
Gatorade, national anthem.
Absolutely. You can find out like how long the national anthem is and stuff like that. One thing that I always tell people to do, it's really fun, it happens right away, is bet on the coin toss. It's minus 103 heads or tails. I think it was tails last year. It's fun to talk about. It gets everybody there when it happens, and it's pretty much your only 50-50 bet you're ever going to get. So that's definitely one that I like to do. Another one that I saw that I thought was really neat is the jersey number of the first touchdown scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If it's over 10 and a half, it's only minus 160. So there's several players on the team. I think in Jigba, is he 11?
Yeah. He's 11. Ramondre Stevenson is 38. Travion Henderson is 32. Hunter Henry's 85. There's just a couple names out there already.
Right. And so I think Henderson or Diggs has a single digit,
Diggs
doesn't he?
is 8. Walker is 9. Cooper Kupp is 10. Drake May is 10.
Yeah. So there's a couple out there, but I like that minus 160. There's a good chance that that's gonna play out. A really neat little prop bet that I saw on here. I'm not going to say that to bet on it, but I just thought it was funny because they only had it for Seattle. There's actually a prop bet, Seattle to attempt a pass from the 1 yard line or inside the 1 yard line of the Patriots.
That's messed up, dude.
So if they do attempt a pass like they did, 10, 11 years ago for the infamous, interception, it's plus 550. Again, I don't think Mike McDonald has the stones to throw the ball on the 1 yard line, but maybe he will. That's a fun one there. Another thing that I always like to do, so let's say you like where Cody's going. Okay. You got 27 points out of the Patriots. You got Drake May is going to be fighting to come back in the second half. More than likely, he's going to be the reason that they do. So however you think the Super Bowl is going to go, that's where I like to follow the prop bet on the MVP. So if you like where Cody's going, you look at Drake May plus 240. That's a solid bet right there. And that's always fun because you get the coin toss at the beginning of the game, you get the MVP at the end of the game, and then you get all your little stuff in between. So if you kind of like where I'm at, it's not going to be as good of odds, but start looking at some defensive players on Seattle. Of course, highly good trivia question Cody gave me is who won the MVP for Seattle the last time they played, which was a defensive player. So maybe try to find one of these defensive players. Maybe he gets 3 or 4 sacks in the game. I think it's going to be sloppy. So if you get 3 sacks and it's 24-13 and Darnold has like 1 touchdown and it's a good one. So DeMarcus Lawrence plus 9,000, wow. Stuff like that. You put $5 or $10 on it, anything can happen. There are more defensive MVPs than you think. And then, of course, you got to make you a big parlay at 5 or 6 legs. And again, take the information that Cody I gave. Maybe take a little bit from what I'm saying, a little bit what he's saying, or jump on the bandwagon either way and lay those prop bets down. But again, make one good solid bet, and then you can have some fun with the props afterwards. So, hope that gave you a lot of intel. I know Cody did a great job on the TV. I know he had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll clean that up. But first and foremost, just enjoy the game. It's going to be a fun time. Get some snacks. There's plenty of alternative things that you can do. There's commercial bingo. If you've got kids, you can print that out. Definitely make sure you got the snacks and everything. Actually, drop a comment on the best Super Bowl snack, and then maybe we can give that out next year. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Print Life and Brunswick Supply House. Cody, what do you think? We got anything else for them?
I think that's it. I hope we have a good game. That's all I want to see. I want to see a really good game. Excited to see the Super Bowl. Also sad to see football season go.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all huge football fans. But don't forget that this is also a weekly podcast. But this is not just going to stop. It's not going to be our last episode. We are going to be back, and we're going to also try to produce more. Me and Wes are talking about more platforms also and producing more videos. And so this is a weekly podcast. I know I got the Daytona 500 next Sunday, so I'm going to be looking forward to that.
Yep, we got some golf next weekend too, so be looking for that.
College basketball season. We just talked about March Madness in the beginning of the video. So please stay tuned. Please tell your friends, and thank you.
Thank you, guys.